Hey everybody, welcome to day 230 of Reseller Reflections, a day in the life of a full-time reseller supporting her family. It's Friday, January 24th, 2025, and we did not meet our sales goal today. It's been like a pretty slow week, All right, well, that's all right. You know, the roller coaster, but I'm on a 12-week thing, doing all the tasks, doing all the tactics. I talked yesterday about focus and how I was focusing more on focus management than time management, but check that out if you didn't watch that. I'll link it up in the show notes. But tonight, I want to talk about owning it. And here's something we own, all of us, that I'm going to call out tonight is resetting to zero, right? We do it, we own it, and we announce it. All right, Jill of Rust Truck Relics, Jason the Santee Swapper, Judith R, Pam of Whimsy and Such, Becky of Becky Consigns, Lee of Lee Phillips 4191, and Vanessa, the Diabetic Reseller. All right, so owning it. All right, I've thought about this quite a bit recently. So I did the reseller reflection about apologies and how it's really a gift to be able to apologize, like that you did something wrong, that somebody had gives you enough, cares enough to let you know that you did something that wasn't great, and it's that's a gift, and we can apologize. And part of apologizing is owning it, right? I find so many problems like with my kids or family or just in general, like interactions in general stem from, me not owning something, my kids the other person not owning something, me not owning something, the other person not owning something. Like we have to own our behaviors, good, bad, ugly. We need to take responsibility and own them, because without ownership, we've also talked about blame before, what a dangerous thing that is. Without ownership, we feel out of control. We feel that things are outside of us, outside of our control. Once you take ownership of something, it gives you control over that and your reaction to it. So taking ownership is a really awesome thing. For so many reasons. So just think about that. If something feels out of control, you know what? Use the let them and then let me. Thanks, Mel Robbins. And thank you, Serenity Prayer. But own it. Own what you're in control of. Own what you've done. Own the mistakes you've made. And here's the whole thing that started it was not a mistake. It was people owning their accomplishments and owning what they are good at. So it's very rare that we will be in a group or in a mastermind and somebody says, well, I'm really good at this, so I'm going to focus on that, or I'm going to really develop this, area of expertise. I'm really good at such and such. It usually goes something more like, well, I think I'm good at, and like people are kind of like hedging it because they don't want to seem, arrogant, cocky, whatever. And to me, it never seems that way. Like I literally could scream out when somebody says, I'm really good at. Like, I love to hear that. I love to hear somebody owning what they are good at and not apologizing for it. I think that is a beautiful, beautiful gift. So that's really how this whole thing about owning it started. Yeah, there's the whole opposite of blame and when you do something wrong, but what about the things you're really good at? Like, are you fully owning them? Are you stepping into them? Are you saying, hey, I'm really good at this? And you know what? If you feel like you're being cocky, if you feel like you're being arrogant, I guarantee you, the people that might think you're arrogant or might think you're being cocky, they don't belong in your circle. Because the people that belong in your circle are the people that would say, yeah, I've noticed you're really good at that. I think that's awesome when you say you're good at something. So if you feel that way, you might be in the wrong circle. Just saying. All right. So those are my thoughts on owning it. I just love to hear people own it. Pop in the comments something you're owning, something you are really good at, and something you're embracing. And let's celebrate together and let's own it. All right, guys, have a great night. I will see you on day 231 of Reseller Reflections. Night, night.